My content is for 13 and up or adult collectors of the product. Released October 9th, 2021 in the Overdrive set of B191, Prominence Phoenix is the third Phoenix overall in Beyblade Burst. In this video of Beynalysis, we're going to take a look and see how good is this release. DB Core, Phoenix. The core weighs a total of 7.56 grams. The core is based on Phoenix, the mythical immortal bird. The core consists of 4 total small and large locks on it. An important thing to mention is that this core has metal driver immunity because the teeth are so short on it. It is not as exposed to clicks on metal drivers, the old ones where they had that issue on the cap. That being said though, since the teeth are also small and stubby, Dash can wear on it pretty easily. But also a fresh Phoenix core is pretty good to use like for attack stuff on Dash, but it does wear pretty fast. So really it was like the metal driver immunity, but now with the Perseus core and also the fact that they're doing a reissue of metal drivers of the old ones where it doesn't have that issue, the core kind of just has very limited use, where I would just probably say for attack Dash. So just to show what I mean here, if you notice, this is the original 2021 Metal Destroy. This is the new one with the updated cap. So in the reissue of the 2022 Metal Destroy, the cap has the little rectangular parts not as exposed. So it'll just slide a lot more and it won't really click as much, which is what Metal Universe was with the updated cap. So for the old ones, it would be specifically for Phoenix, but if you get them in like 2022, doesn't really matter now, does it? Dynamite F gear, Dynamite F gear, 9-9, over revolve. Billy L2. Now with the results, ideally if you're using the Phoenix core, it should really just be used if you want to use the Metal Extreme, I guess, or Metal Destroy, but really just Metal Extreme. Or if you want to use it fresh on like Attack Dash, I guess, it works pretty well. However, like I said, with the Perseus core and with the reissuing of those metal drivers, it kind of just doesn't have that much use. Like, it's really just, like, the freshest version of a Phoenix core is just like a worse Valkyrie 2 to be used. So, it has the niche use there, but we can see that the stamina was pretty poor, so nothing about this core really is that special to use. And there are other more viable cores that you can use. Blade, Prominence. The Prominence Blade has design aspects that are combined both from Revive Phoenix and Dead Phoenix. It features 2 modes on it. The first one, which is light mode, where the armor comes off easy, locked on the silver parts. And the other, which is heavy mode, where it's locked on the blue, and it makes it harder for the armor to actually come off. It should be noted, unlike the previous Phoenixes that have been released, there is no metal on the Prominence Blade. Compared to Revive and Dead Phoenix, the blade is a lot thicker with its side profile. However, when the armor is removed for all of them, it does not have that quite circular shape in a way. Instead, it has 4 wings that are just spread out with some gaps on it that might have a little bit of recoil. So we're going to compare the weight for all of them for blade and armor. So for the base of Revive Phoenix, 14.19. The base of Dead Phoenix, 8.69. The Prominence blade by itself is about 5.21. It would be about 26.19. The Revive armor is about 9.05. The Dead Phoenix armor is about 12.86. The Prominence armor is about 9.46. Prominence together is 14.67. It weighs a total of about 35.64 grams. What we find out is that while the blade together may be heavy, the reality is that when the armor is separate, it is very hollowed out and extremely light. While you could argue that maybe they had to do that for the weight and the weight distribution to balance it, I think the results will speak for itself. The same Prominence combination that we've been using against Ultimate Valkyrie 9 Nx+S Extreme Dash. Now let's try Gatling Perseus with 2 Nx+S Extreme Dash. Next up is going to be Guilty Longinus with 2 Fortress Extreme Dash. Now we'll be trying Savior Phoenix TP Extreme Dash. In these cases, it has the potential to shut down attack. Ideally, what should happen is it has to kill a lot of their stamina at the start. Otherwise, it'll be extremely easy for it to get KO'd since it's very light without the armor. Now, something I want to do is just compare and contrast. So now to test Revive Phoenix versus Attack. 0000 bump versus cross. Now there's Chosi Achilles with the same combination. And then after, just to show off perfect Phoenix in this case, just to see any noticeable difference. You'll notice that compared to the two, the armor doesn't go as crazy flying out, and it'll mostly stay in the stadium. It also does a better job of outlasting its opponent and potentially not getting hard KO'd. Prominence belly out 2 against Vanish Longness, overbearing dash, and 9 versus 10. So with this opposite spin equalization, Prominence can prove to be very effective. Now, ideally in the right situation, you should pretty much be dominating with how top heavy it is compared to Vanish. And in that situation against Vanish, with your circular shape and everything, you should hard OS. Obviously, in opposite spin matchups, it can go either way. But I also recommend keeping it in heavy mode because when you're in heavy mode, the armor is less likely to come off, and if the armor comes off, obviously you're going to kill a lot of your weight and stamina. So the next part to test here is for same spin stamina. So Prominence belly L2, then after Dynamite F gear, overbearing dash. Now we're going to try it again, but in light. As we can see in light, the armor is not coming off, even though it should be a little bit easier. You'll also notice that it depletes extremely fast in same spin matchups. So you'll pretty much just have it die the entire time. Despite its heavy weight, it's nothing. So to just compare, we're going to do Perfect Phoenix versus Archer Hercules, both with a level chip, double across, extend plus, and we're going to see how the outwards weight distribution and great stamina compares to Hercules. Dead Phoenix armor, let's compare. Prominence blade, it has very poor same spin stamina. I think this is in a combination of the factors for how the armor is handled, unlike how the previous Phoenixes were much better, and also how the shape of it is after the armor comes off, the weight for that. So a lot of stuff kills it for it. And another thing to mention here is that the armor, I would say, is a little bit harder to come off than the other two. And now I'm going to explain why and how the armors kind of function, for how it works, for how it locks on and how it flies off. But, alright, so I have to now explain how the armors differ a lot for how the activation of the gimmick works. So the idea is a shield projectile in battle, right? And basically what happens is that for the shield to deploy, it has to get hit. But the thing is, this thing just clips on, so you need a decent enough hit to actually take it off, right? A little bit of force that it requires. How it kind of worked for here is that for the other two, the armor, you can see would be here, you would just hit it and it would push to the side and come off. So it was a lot easier to actually get off the original armors because it didn't take that much to actually do. Do a little hit, come off. Does it happen all the time in battle? No, but between the two of them, what's more likely to happen? These two are more likely for the armor to come off than this one. So the next part here is I want to show Archer Hercules versus Revive Phoenix. Both of them double across Extend Plus or still again show same spin stamina. You'll find that Revive, you know, for this example here, was very good for same spin stamina. And I do think they probably had a tricky time doing Phoenix because maybe it would have been too heavy or something, but maybe the armor didn't have to be as thick. I feel like there are a lot of ways they could have done it a lot better to where it doesn't feel kind of, in a way, less as special as the previous Phoenixes felt. Armor, 10. The 10 armor here weighs about 13.41 grams. 10 is one of the best armors released for Dynamite Battle, having high stamina compared to others. So due to the fact that 10 does not actually originate from Prominence Phoenix, but rather Roar Bahamut, I can just simply explain what you use 10 for. Any situation you'd pretty much use 0 for, so you could use this on Vanish, Prominence, Roar, really uses like that. It has very comparable stamina to 0 and 2, and is solid. Forge Disc, Tapered. The TP that comes in the Overdrive set's a little bit lighter than the original. You should get a high 28.96 or like a low end 29 grams. So with Tapered, this disc is repeated from Vanish. It is a circular shape that is low hanging and is best paired up with the coned shape drivers. So this would be your Mobius, your Zone Dash plus Z, your Bearing Dash. They pair up very nicely with it, and it's probably the most effective you're going to get out of it. I would say kind of opposite spin, really, but you know, same spin can also be fine. Something I would also like to add with the Prominence blade, I do find Perseus to work effective in this case for stamina. The reason why is because if you're going to just do opposite spin and you're doing equalization, because of how Perseus has it kind of pushed outwards for the weight distribution on the metal, it probably can help benefit Prominence in equalization. So I do think Perseus is, you know, a possible option. You could just do Belial 2 or any other core that would make sense in that case. Performance tip, Metal Universe. Metal Universe weighs a total of about 11.05 grams. So this was a pretty unique choice that they actually picked for Phoenix. For starters, like Metal Drift and Metal Universe and Metal Drivers onwards, it does have the modified cap, so if you're worried about anything with wearing teeth, rest assured it does not. What I will say is that the resistance is kind of close to the original drivers because it's not clicking as much and mostly sliding. You don't have crazy burst resistance. It's a defense stripe driver that features a free spinning hemisphere and an outer ring. Ideally, Universe should just be really used for opposite spin. Same spin, it does struggle a bit. It is possible to win with same spin, but I primarily think opposite spin is best suited. Vanish Longinus 9 over Bearing Dash versus Dynamite Belial 2 9 over Metal Universe. Vanish Longinus over High Extend Plus Dash 9 versus Dynamite Belial 2 with the F gear over Metal Universe 9. So pretty much a mirror match. Over 9 armor, high extent plus dash, Metal Universe. Now following up, pretty much again the same, just bearing dash now. Standard stadium with these combinations. So the big difference you can see from standard and DB is basically that if you hard launch, now we're going to try it again with high extent plus dash. So now same spin, Metal Universe versus high extent plus dash. Bearing dash. And unless it somehow randomly destabilizes the bearing, what you're going to notice is it's going to go crazy and it's not going to be able to be the bearing consistently. So for this one, we only just need the round because bearing has way more stamina than Metal Universe for a same spin matchup. So a big difference here in standard versus DB is that for starters, because of the size of the standard stadium, if you were to hard launch with Metal Universe, you are very likely to just self-KO. But with the DB stadium, you're a lot less likely to self-KO, and I will admit the rounds can sometimes be pretty inconsistent, but it can work. It does work better in the DB stadium just because that the dish is actually deeper, so it doesn't kind of, I don't know, I guess maybe just it's more stable with it and it just works well. Final thoughts. Overall, Prominence Phoenix, I feel, does not really live up to the previous Phoenixes. Well, in the case of Revive, and I guess Perfect Phoenix. Phoenix, I felt, was always kind of dominating in a certain extent, or it at least felt like it covered a good amount of ground in their respective meta, not even to mention how well Perfect Phoenix was lasting into GT. Prominence just doesn't have that sort of feel, and I don't know if it was just because of bringing it into the Dynamite battle system was really tough, or they just fumbled. I do think, however, that it still has a lot of separate parts to offer that have value, and really the most value you get out of this release has to be the Prominence Blade. In the description, I will be giving some recommended combinations that you can try out with each of the parts that you can use. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think of Prominence Phoenix? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know what you think of this video. Sorry it took so long to get out, but I wanted to really put a lot of work into this video to really show what I am capable of, and also just show a series that I'm very passionate about and really just want to share my love of Beyblade with. So, thank you for watching, have an amazing day, and bye! Just as we're ending off, I want to mention to check out our store. We have a pre-order for the Hello Kitty Beyblade, as well as we have a pre-order for Zyphoid Excalibur, we have Gatling Dragon, a full chain Perseus random booster, and many other Dynamite Battle and BU stuff. Check it out as an optional way to support the channel. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the video, and that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day, and bye.